Hello and welcome to a special edition of AWSP's News You Can Use. If you watched Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, you'll understand our special hashtag Just Add Zebras edition. If not, search John Oliver Bolivian zebras, or don't and just enjoy the zebras. Before we jump too far into an advocacy report, we'd like to announce the hiring of our newest AWSP team member, Roz Thompson. Roz will serve as our new Director of Governmental Relations and Advocacy. As you may know, Jerry Bender is retiring in August, possibly later if the legislature is still in session. That's a joke, people. Well, sort of. Roz will get to shadow Jerry all the way through the summer. See Principal Matters for more about Roz. Speaking of the legislature, another cutoff has passed and the House has released their budget. You'll want to check out Ledge Update this week for more on that. But for now, let's go live to Kurt Hatch with a very important update. Kurt?
I love you too, Mom. I love you too. Kurt, okay, I'll come. Kurt. Hold on, I gotta go. All right, I love you. Oh, hi everyone. So I got some really important news. Really excited to tell you this. We're on location here outside of OSPI. So the Professional Education Standards Board voted unanimously on Friday, March 24th, to no longer require that principals complete second-tier licensure system known as professional certification. So nobody has to do Pro Cert anymore. Really. So AWSP and PESB and other stakeholders are continuing to collaborate and look at new possibilities for what second-tier licensure might look like, while at the same time the legislature is debating what they think it should be. So just want to say thanks to all of you out there who used your voice, all you folks in the field, to help make this big shift for principals across the state. Great job. All right, Scott, back to you.
Scott. Scott.
Whoa. Thanks, Kurt. What a massive shift. Too good to be true? Trust us, this is not fake news. While you're resisting the temptation of throwing your monitor out the window because you just completed Pro Cert, or popping champagne because you won't have to, don't forget to vote for Dwight. If you're an elementary principal, check your email from us and or NAESP to see how we can amplify Washington's voice at the national level. AWSP staff continue to meet with the Local Funding Workgroup that represents all the districts in the state and provides input to the legislature on education funding. They've taken positions on 14 different policies impacting school funding, from supporting the prototypical school funding model, continuing the state salary schedule and allocation model, and limiting the use of local levy resources for time worked outside the 180-day student year. Look for a full position paper in an upcoming Ledge Update. Would you like to help us support the next generation of principal leaders in our state? On April 18th in Tacoma, we are looking for amazing people like you to help volunteer to screen this year's record number of state principal intern grant applications. We need you. Contact Macy in our office for how you can help. I'm holding in my hand a $15 Starbucks card for one lucky person who answers this question. You ready? When you hear about building multi-tiered systems of support, you often hear reference to 3 tiers. However, as we travel the state and see amazing things happening in our schools to support all the kids, we see many MTSS pyramids built upon a solid foundation that supports the entire system. In other words, tiers 1 through 3 are less effective unless you've built the foundation first. So what's at the bottom of your pyramid? Go to todaysmeet.com/mypyramid and leave your name, school, and answer to the question. No, seriously, hit pause and go there now. If you've never used Today's Meet, give it a try. This is a great tool to gather perceptual feedback from students, staff, and parents. It's free and a transparent way to make learning visible. Check it out and see what's at the bottom of pyramids across our state. Believe me, we understand the stress you're feeling as you make the sprint to the finish. Last week at an ESD 112 Ed Camp, a very smart principal like you shared some great advice to other principals when we were talking about balance and your own social and emotional needs. His advice to other principals during this time of year was permission to subtract. Hit the brakes on everything you're trying to do and give yourself permission to subtract a few things. Take care of yourself. Your school needs you in good health. Speaking of health, information and results from this year's Healthy Youth Survey are waiting for you on the OSPI webpage. You can access the data, press release, fact sheet, and information about regional workshops, all by clicking the link in Principal Matters. What do school directors do? What should they do? These are a few questions on a 10-minute anonymous survey by Western Washington University being sent to various groups in education. We want to make sure we have a strong principal voice, so check for the link in Principal Matters. Do you have an assistant principal? If so, listen up. April 10th through 14th is National Assistant Principals Week. Join us in celebrating the incredible role assistants play in our state. Show them some love. Maybe let them stay home one day to write their evaluations. Solicit your student leaders to make them feel special that week. Go big for the APs in our state. And as long as we're talking about assistant principals, if you're an assistant principal and would like to get more involved with AWSP, send me an email. We'd like to form a steering committee of APs to make sure your voice is represented in our state. Well, that's it from all of us here at AWSP. Keep up the great work for kids. Keep those High Five Fridays visible on Twitter, and we'll see you next time. So my 3D glasses. You know that they're free when you go to a movie? If you watched Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, dang it. John Oliver. Okay, I think we got it. If you watched Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, that word is a stickler. Here we go. Might have to give Gary final proof.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey.